Hello, people. My name is Mceepraise. Welcome to another episode of Time About Mceepraise. We're going to be talking about how to host a Nigerian birthday party. Yes, you heard me well. How to host a birthday party in Nigeria as a professional master of ceremonies. So, if this is your first year or second year, or you're just a startup or a newbie in the industry, and you want to learn how to host a birthday party in a fun-filled and memorable way, welcome to this channel. The last time we spoke about how to host a wedding event in an African setting. If you are here to see the video, you can go and see those videos. So if you are here to join our community, do well to subscribe and by clicking the subscribe button and turn on post notifications because of other videos I'm going to be posting like this. So let's dive straight to today's topic. How to host a birthday party in a Nigerian event. So the first thing you're going to be doing when you want to welcome a birthday, you want to host a birthday event is the opening. Of course, your guests are seated. You make sure that you get to your event very, very early. You get to your event very early. It helps you get composed. It helps you know what to do, where to go. It helps you relate with other vendors. It helps you relate with the planner. And then you know what you want to do exactly. So, take for instance, your guests are seated and you want to kickstart the event. The first thing you are going to do is your introduction. You go there, go and welcome your guests. Welcome them. Your Excellencies, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the birthday party of, remember the title, like I told you in the last video, Chief Mrs. Onobanjo Aderunke Ali. Make sure the pronunciations is very sharp. Either they are Yoruba or they are Igbo or they are Hausa. Depending on your tribe, just make sure you get the pronunciations well. And I'd like to respectfully appreciate everyone. I would like to officially welcome you to this birthday party. We're here to celebrate so years, depending on the years you want to celebrate. Most of the time, a birthday party is, for elderly ones. We're here to celebrate 50 years, 40 years, 60 years, or 80 years of God's faithfulness over the life of our person, our mother, our sister. If she's a woman, if he's a man, our father, our grandfather, our mentor, our spiritual brother, our colleague, our cook, our playmate, our senior brother, our uncle, and then you go ahead to mention the person's name. And then you welcome everyone for coming to celebrate the person. Then you proceed to welcoming or introducing your name. Ladies and gentlemen, if you permit me to introduce myself, my name is Mceepraise. I'm multi-time awarding master of ceremonies, and it gives me a great joy standing before you to host this birthday party today. And then you can now proceed to engage them. That it keeps you relaxed. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you can hear me, if you're happy to be here, please put your hands together for yourselves. They give you can even tell them to turn to themselves. Please turn to someone seated beside you, welcome them with this warm smile, say you are welcome to this birthday party. They do that. And then you can now say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much of time, the celebrant is outside. So after your introduction, listen, after your introduction, the next thing is to welcome the celebrant. Ladies and gentlemen, the celebrant is outside. Please, friends and families, loved ones, join them outside. So when I say join them outside, I mean the celebrant and family. It's not only going to be the celebrant, your celebrant and family. Or if the celebrant is seated already, you say, well, the celebrant is going to go outside to dancing. It's just like an appreciation to dancing. Friends, family, please join Madam so or join Chief so person. While depending on who is in charge of the music, why the live band takes us further in this, or why the DJ gives us beautiful music. That's for the arrival of the celebrant. So once the celebrant is seated, then you can now proceed to the opening prayer. You proceed to the opening prayer. Make sure your opening prayer is after the celebrant is seated. There's no fixed program for every event. Some would request that you start the opening prayer before the dancing. Do as the client's wishes, but the normal one should be that after the arrival of the celebrant, then you can have the opening prayer. So after the celebrant is seated, you give the celebrant time to dance. People will want to dance with them. People want to appreciate them. People want to felicitate with them. People want to spread them. Give them time. after you've given them time, even sometimes the celebrant will tell you, I'm tired, can we just skip to the next thing? So after the celebrant is seated, you can now proceed to the opening prayer. You already have your names. Remember, you should send your questionnaire to them. You have questions, your names of the person that is going to doing the opening prayer. And remember titles. You ask for so you have your opening prayer. After the opening prayer, you can as well want to do recognition of important guests or dignitaries to come join the celebrant at the head table. Introduction of guests. Introduction of guests. You would want to, do introduction of guests in some events. Not most events. Some events there's chairman, but some there's no chairman. So, whatever it is, just do what to introduce. And like I said in the last video, always know the correct pronunciation of these names. Don't go and mess up. Don't find yourself in trouble. Correct pronunciation. And the titles. We don't play with titles in this part of the world. And the titles. And then you are good to go. Now, what other things can you do to spice up the birthday party? This time is now where you can engage the guest. It's called audience engagement. You engage the guest about the celebrant. You can just go around and say people should say one word for the celebrant, make the celebrants feel special. Some people would say that everybody should stand up and only the celebrant should sit down, and then everybody will sing a happy birthday song for the celebrant. It's very, very, you have to see how some people feel on that day. They feel very special, and it makes sense. So you can as well invite it into your program. You can tell everybody to stand up and only the celebrants is seated, and everybody can just, for like next 30 seconds rather, people can just, put their hands together and celebrate the woman of grace. And you say beautiful things about the celebrant. Or you go around and just say people should say one word for the celebrant. Makes the celebrant feel so special and loved. Now, when you move to the next thing we're going to be doing is called testimonials. Testimonials about the celebrant. This is the moment where people would say things about the celebrant, about how loving, how beautiful, how calming, how accommodating the celebrant has been, what she has done, So I love to use the word give them their flowers. So when I say it's a time, testimonials, you want to give the celebrant the flowers, you want to say something about the celebrant, this is the time. So if you have something to say about the celebrant, you want to say something to the celebrant, this is the moment you're waiting for. Please, can you signify why I come to you? Or can you please come to the microphone? And then you observe 3 people or 4 people, depending on the time that you have, and then you take that for the testimonials. Oftentimes, some people have virtual testimonials. So some people that could not make it to that event, they have already sent videos that needs to be projected, just goodwill messages for the celebrant. And these people mean so much, to the celebrant. Imagine, let's say for instance, maybe one of the brothers of the celebrants could not make it, or he has already organized the video that you just want the celebrant to see it on that day and see how loving, that time you can also liaise with the media team, and they are going to play. That time you can you find time to keep to yourself, you refresh, you will find 1 or 2 things to do, or find 1 or 2 things to say, or you can pick words from what those people have said about the celebrant. So immediately after introduction, we have testimonials. Testimonials. So after the testimonials, I would still encourage that you ask your clients, whatever thing you want to do, you still need to, carry them along. You let them know whatever you want to do. Only if you want to do audience engagement and it's spontaneous, that's another thing. So audience engagement, you still need to engage. That's why you need to work on yourself when it comes to audience engagement. You need to engage them. You play around with your audience, make them feel relaxed, make them feel comfortable, make them feel like they have come to party. And after you're done with that, we move straight to cutting of the cake. After testimonials, people have said a lot of things about the celebrant. Then you go to cutting of cake. Cutting of cake. Cutting of cake. Cutting of cake. So you just invite your celebrant to come behind the cake. If the celebrant is not divorced or if any of their spouse is not late, you can tell them to join the celebrant, at the cake stand. And you can even make it more lively. You can tell their loved ones to call them sweet names just to invite them to the cake stand, and then you cut the cake. So oftentimes this is what I do during the cutting of cake, depending on the number of years they're celebrating. If they are celebrating, take for instance, they're celebrating 50 years and you're looking for what you are going to do the cutting of the cake. If your celebrant do not have anybody assigned for that role to come and lead the cutting of cake, you are going to do that. You should know that that is what you are going to do. And what can you do? Some people want to spell a lot of things, but this is what I do. I just carry the audience along that we are going to be counting down till let's say 50 years. We're counting down to 50, and after 50 the celebrant is going to cut the cake. So how you're going to do that? If you're just not going to be saying 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be counting in 5. I'm going to say 5, you're going to say 10, I'm going to say 15, it gets to 20, and all of us are going to echo 50 together, and the celebrant is going to cut their cake. So if you do that, trust me, it's always engaging. If the people are not responding, you start again, and then you get them to respond to you that, ladies and gentlemen, 5, they answer you 10. It's always, very interesting. So you can use that for your cutting of the cake. So immediately after the cutting of the cake, in this part of the world, Nigeria, West Africa, we love to dance and party a lot. And if one of the ways to deliver your work, especially in events like this, that you do not really have many activity, is to leave people to dance. So immediately after the cutting of cake, if there are no special performances, that's why you need to communicate with your clients. That do you have any special performance? Are you going to go change? Is there any time for you to change? Do you have any surprises? That if it's not a surprise party, do you have any special performances? If there is no special performances, then you can move straight to the dance. So you just say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to be leaving in hands of the live band. They are going to take us further in this. The celebrant is going to be on the dance floor. You want to join the celebrants just to make the celebrant dance. You can even lead the celebrants into dance. That's if your celebrants do not mind, or if they are the shy type and they don't know how to dance, you can lead them how to dance. So you need to go learn some dance, dance skills. That's on a lighter note though. Or to just make your celebrants feel, they feel that they enjoy that day, they create special moment for that day. So that is that. And then after that, you have the presentation of gifts. This time, you are going to announce that you have anybody who have come with gifts. You want to, give gifts to the celebrants. Surprises can come from there. People who want to give, monetary gifts can come and say something. In some tribes in this part of, Nigeria, in Igbo, some people love to say something before they give their gifts. They can come in team. They can come in sets. They can just come and say, oh, this person is part of our social club and we've decided to put this together to give it to the celebrant. We've decided to give the celebrant a car. So you're just going to give them a time. Maybe you're just going to ask the leader, are you saying something? Do you have something to say about this presentation? So that time is going to come. So immediately after the cutting of cake, like I said, after the cutting of cake, we're going to have the dance. Then after the dance, we have the presentation of gifts. And then remember, like I told you, anybody that want to present anything, you need to ask them, do you have anything to say? It's very important because some people can take offense that the MC did not even give us mic to say something. You don't want to be on that bad side. So you need to ask questions. In fact, one of the best way to effectively deliver your job is to ask questions. Don't be tired of asking questions. It does not make you feel embarrassed. No, ask questions, then listen more. You ask questions and then you listen more. It helps you deliver well. So after the presentation of gifts, we're almost like, that's like almost the end. And then you go back to your dance, general dance. People want to dance. People want gift surprises. People want to enjoy themselves. You want to engage. You have a lot of things to do. Or your celebrant, or let's say the celebrant wants to go change. The celebrant wants to go change, So if the celebrant wants to go change, you need to find games. You need to find games. You need to find, if your celebrant wants to go change, you need to find game. If the celebrant does not want to go change, you can put your game immediately after the testimonial before the cutting of the cake. If the celebrant is not changed, you can put your game here to make it very, very lively. So maybe after the testimonials, you can put your games. You can do a game for the celebrant. You can call, if the celebrant is, if the celebrant is within the age of 50, 60, 40, you can call the children to come and mimic the celebrant. You get, it's part of game. You can do games for the celebrant. There are activities, there are balloon games. If you want games, you can go to check more of my videos in that regard. You see games, you see family games for the celebrant. And you can go back to games. Maybe your celebrant wants to go change now. This is where you can do your games. This game time is just to buy time pending that your celebrants will come back in their second outfit. So you know that, yes, you are not keeping the guests, boring. You're not getting them bored with a lot of talks. You just do games. And once your celebrant is back, you would tell people to still, please be upstanding for the celebrant. This is celebrant's second outfit. And then do well to compliment your celebrant. Oh, you're looking very radiant. You're looking very beautiful, I must confess. Do you all agree with me that this celebrant is beautiful? That is a very good job of a master of ceremonies for every birthday event. Now, there's a part in birthday events in this part of the world, especially in Nigeria. Some people want to release projects. Some people want to release their book launch. Some people wrote books and they want to release it. They want to use the opportunity to release their book. Some people can be a music artist. Some people can be an actor and they have projects they want to release. You need to communicate with your client if they have that. That's if they have that. And it's very, very sensitive. So you need to pay attention to it. So after the games and everything and your celebrant is back, you're going to have what I call toast. Toast. So this toast session is where your celebrant, you ask the celebrant who is going to lead us in the toast. If they don't have anybody, then you can take it for yourself and say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, can we just fill our cups with liquor? Can we fill our cups with water, wine or juice, whatever words we can find? And can we be upstanding for this moment? We're going to be raising toast for the celebrant. We're wishing the celebrant more life. We're wishing the celebrant more money, more health, more, exploits. Whatever that comes to your mind as prayer, you do it during the toast. And then you say cheers. Everybody drew cheers. That's like, and then let the music take over. So after that, after the toast and everything, you have what we call vote of thanks. Vote of thanks. Often done by the celebrant or the spouse of the celebrant or whoever the celebrant have assigned for that role. Vote of thanks. So that's where the celebrant will come and say, oh, thank you all for coming to celebrate in my day. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I wish you guys safe journey back to your respective destination. So that is that for how to host a birthday party. If you have been hosting birthday party and you won't be getting it right, you can listen and see the video one more time because one time is never enough. And in the words of Johnny Walker that says, keep working on yourself till you get better. Till we meet on another episode. My name is Mceepraise. You can reach out to me on Instagram for any inquiries or for anything, or you want to join the community of like minds of people I have mentored and I'm still currently training. I have a company named Good Instant Entertainment where I train people on how to be a better master of ceremonies. So you can reach out to me on Instagram at Mceepraise or send me a mail at mceepraise@gmail.com. Or you reach out to me on WhatsApp at 08106290369. 08106290369. So we'll see you some other time.